Jillian, the Minneapolis police chief, sounding off over the proposal from city leaders to replace their police department with a Department of Public Safety. And now residents are suing the city to stop this from happening. Former Minneapolis City Council member Don Samuels and Sondra Samuels are part of that lawsuit and join me now. Thanks to the two of you for being here. Here is the approved ballot question. Quote, shall the Minneapolis City Charter be amended to strike and replace the police department with a Department of Public Safety, which could include licensed police officers, peace officers, police officers, if necessary, with administrative authority to be consistent with other city departments to fulfill its responsibilities for public safety. Don, what is your objection to that language?
Good morning. It's great to be here. Well, we think the language is vague and misleading, and each phrase and each word implies something that is not actually real.
Sondra,
and so we want the language to be explained or to be clarified.
Understood.
Yeah, I want to add. Oh, I'm sorry. Good morning.
Please, after you.
Yeah, I just wanted to add the vagueness is there are a number of things that are not said in terms of the effects of that language. So we would be removing our police chief, Chief Arredondo, first African-American homegrown police chief in the city. The new Department of Public Safety would have to be in effect December 2nd. They have 30 days, and there is no plan. The funding for cops goes away, and the minimum requirement, 1.7 peace officers per 1,000 people, residents of Minneapolis, that goes away too. And the control over this new department would be in the hands of 13 council members and 1 mayor. Right now, the whole police department reports to the mayor, and our chief came out with a statement recently saying that reporting to 14 different people would make any safety leader's job unbearable. That really means we could lose our chief.
Yeah, let's get more into what the chief had to say. Quote, if the current city charter amendment to the reporting structure passes, it would not just be confusing, it would be a wholly unbearable position for any law enforcement leader or police chief. Sondra, who are the people still pushing and supporting these horrible ideas in Minneapolis?
Well, so here's the thing. A lot of it comes from national, by the way. There's a political action committee called Yes for Minneapolis. They got 22,000 people to say yes, they wanted this on the ballot. And this political action committee has received close to $1 million from outside of Minneapolis, largely. And they are working with the majority of the city council members, not all, and certainly not our mayor. He is against it, to get this move forward. So the majority of the city council. And there are certainly, of course, residents who feel that way, but not a lot of residents like us and a lot of African Americans who are disproportionately impacted by the surge in violence.
Don, let me read what ILHAN OMAR had to say. Quote, for decades, those opposed to change in civil rights have used fear and invocations of law and order to keep people from reimagining a more humane system. We have a chance in this moment to reject that. We have an opportunity once and for all to listen to those most impacted by police brutality and the communities who have been demanding change for decades. But Don, how much worse could Minneapolis get if ILHAN OMAR has her way?
Well, first, let me say that ILHAN is speaking about something which has elements of truth in it. That for a long time, people did not believe that what was happening in terms of the violence against black men, et cetera, and that politicians had used fear to create the expansion of law enforcement. But at the same time, if we are to end that direction, we can't swing the pendulum in the extreme, which then leads to another set of problems, which justifies the other argument, and back and forth between one party, one level of conservatism versus the other. And so what if she has her way, what's going to happen is that, yes, the pendulum will swing completely the other way. Right. We will get rid of our police department. We will create a situation which is not proven or that is not workable. Right. And then crime is going to go up and everybody's going to be scared and demand more police and even the National Guard and the state
Wow.
folks, and they're going to come in, and it's going to be tightened again in the extreme.
I mean, look, these are
that's the
concerning
pendulum
times.
keeps swinging.
These are concerning times throughout the country, but specifically after listening to you two explain what's going on there in Minneapolis, really concerning times there. Check back in with us. Let us know how the lawsuit's going. Don and Sondra Samuels, thank you for your time.